Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Another fucking week, hey? Another week. Here we are. Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast. Back at it. Living life, living large. Under the fucking lovely rules and restrictions of the great province of Alberta. Hey, we're having fun out here. It's tough to get out and like see things and like give your judgment on it and like and give your perspective of the dude world, the dude, how we operate in public, how the things like that's how I usually go about nitpicking things that I see on television shows or something I witness in public that I'm like, oh man. That is just, that's horrible. That's something, and then that's where, sorry, I got a lot of phlegm in my throat right now. That's where, like, the hackalations or whatever, I seen some guy fucking say something like that, the danger catalations or whatever, however you want to word it, right? That's where they come from. And it's just like, there's a group of men out there that think traditionally, in a sense, like working hard, like you earn your beers after work, right? Like when you wipe sweat off the brow, there should be like tar, grease, fucking oil, there should be some dirt there. Like you should come home and your shower should be like a different tint of like anywhere from brown to black as you wash up. By washing all the grit and the dirt from your day's work. I know there is men out there that believe in traditional values, in things like don't offer a fucking guy a goddamn seltzer. It's insulting. You shouldn't do that to another man. It's a slap in the mouth. And I believe we covered that briefly on the last episode or on one of them. I don't know. Maybe it was the Patreon one. I don't know. But I covered it briefly. And that's just, those are some things you don't do as a guy to another guy. You don't offer a man a seltzer. It's like, you might as well, I'd rather be caught with your cock in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel when you offer me a fruity, fizzy drink. Every now and then, it's like, summertime, it's like when Coors Light iced teas came out. First off, you can't even make fun of it because anybody who drinks something which is that has the acronym CLIT, Coors Light iced teas, we're going to crush some clits. I think that you get a pass, no matter how gay the drink is. When the acronym of that specific drink is clit, automatic pass. It's shovel. You don't even think twice. You can't even make fun of it. Just rule of thumb, and that makes sense to me. What I did witness on the weekend was something that there's no coming back from that. You know what I mean? Like well, you don't, because I haven't described what I'm about to tell you and like how this all plays out. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you some context here. I pull up to a stoplight, right? And another dude is walking across the street he's out for a walk with his old lady and their dog, right? But their dog is the size of what I would consider that a groundhog can murder. The dog is not big. I don't know what kind. It's one of these, like, I call them stripper dogs, like Chihuahuas, Pomskis, one of them. I don't know what it was. It was this tiny, like, I don't know. That's irrelevant. But the dog was fucking like, it would lose a fight to a pigeon, A pigeon could murder this thing in cold blood, and I would put money on the pigeon is the overdog all day long. You know, you're never, ever, ever going to see this dog lose to any pathetic animal, right? Like, this is the bottom of the food chain. That's the type of dog he's walking. And as he's walking across the street, me and him lock eyes after I look at the dog and look up at him, and he immediately knows I'm judging him as a man. As a fucking man. Because you know damn well, any man that has a sack of balls, right, would never, unless, you know, you get an exception over the age of 65, then you can buy like them stupid fucking schnauzers or like the typical old man dog, like a Shih Tzu, or there's ones that have a really puffy face and those black eyes that just barely peer through the fur. I don't know breeds of dogs very well, and I don't care to know breeds of dogs very well. But this guy immediately put his head down after seeing me judge him. And I don't know if he knows me. I'm not saying that he does. I'm just saying the interaction right there was me judging him as a man for walking something like that. That to me is defeat. That to me is like something that you lost a portion of your manhood by allowing yourself to you know, like, it's almost like there's a constant like tug of war going on who's in control of the relationship, and by you walking a shitty dog that she wanted is her kind of parading you around as this simp. You're a pussy in my mind. Never in my fucking life, you know. And it's like, oh Jesus, you need to calm down. No, it is a constant tug of war. And you will never see me in my life walk a fucking dog, a pathetic dog that could possibly, not even possibly, that would get murdered by a small bird. You know, there is 0% threat to a groundhog. Like, a groundhog would come out of its hole, murder this thing, and fucking just like, and it would fuck it in front of you. You know, the groundhog looks and he'd be like, the groundhog would come out, bite it by the neck, and as it's bleeding out, fuck the hole he just punctured in that pathetic little piece of shit dog that your girlfriend / wife wanted. Oh, isn't he cute? No. There's something about having, you know, like just a noble breed of dog. And I'm not saying you got to go and get a Rottweiler or a fucking Pit Bull or a Doberman or a German Shepherd. There's like, there's a connection between man and dog when the dog is able to take care of itself. That is like the kind of dog a guy looks at and be like, yeah, that's my buddy right there. And over time, and I get it, and I understand, when you go home, that dog is probably your friend. But in that sheer moment out in public of me and you interacting through eyesight, eye contact, and you pick up what I'm saying in my fucking head just by the look I'm giving you as a man, you should be ashamed, man. What the fuck? That was upsetting for me. I wanted to get out and be like, buddy, are you okay? Let me guess, you fucking sip Merlot? Huh? You eat cherry? Do you nibble on cherry tomatoes? Huh? What else do you do in your spare time? Oh, wow. Oh, you're wearing a vest? That can't be your fashion fucking statement. You know? Oh, wow. Cool vest, Carl. It's like, Jesus Christ. That fucking hit me. Like, I was like, oh, you poor son of a bitch. It's done. It's over. Mail it home. She's controlled you. Let me guess. You know, he's one of those guys that when you take the liquor bottles down, gentlemen, when the liquor decor comes down and it goes to the extent of you walking a small shitty dog that can be fucking decimated by any rodent, it's over. It's done. Mail it home. Quit listening to this podcast. There's no point of any return in your future. It's done. Done. There is no counseling that could be had. You could do pure testosterone, get in a gym and bench press 493 pounds. You are still a pussy, you know? There's only like two types of guys that I've noticed that are like the whole small dog. It's always like the juice monkeys, because they're always dating like those overly posh like gym rats that think chihuahuas and you know, having a fucking, I don't even know, like small dog. It's like chihuahuas, Pomskis, those min pins, you know, those stupid dogs that man, what's that YouTuber's name? And they're fucking, like, they're just ugly. Like, I hate them. I physically fucking hate them. Jenna Marbles, those two stupid dogs that she has. It's like big juice heads. And they're like, well, yeah, I like the dogs because I get hot pussy. Simp. You're a fucking simp. You fucking alpha man? No alpha man would walk around with a dog that small. Never in their life, never in their fucking, not even in their nightmares, pal. Fucking alpha male. First off, you're not an alpha male if you have to say that you're an alpha male. Secondly, you're gay. If you think that I'm going to fuck, you're gay. You're gay. All right. First, you're fucking gay, bro. If you think that, you know, you're going to be that big parading around a dog that small. Like, girl, I know that the nuts are shriveled up from the overuse of testosterone in your body, and it's saying that, it's time to fucking shut these puppies down. But that is just, you know, that is a level of simp. That is a level of fucking simp. That is beyond the stratosphere, okay? And then there's the other kind, like, you know, you either got these fake alpha males or you go and it's on the other end of the spectrum. You know, bunch of fucking defeated fellas that married at home by wearing vests and walking a small shitty dog. I felt fucking bad for the guy. I bet you back in the day, he used to get in street fights and wear Motley Crue t-shirts, and then something happened, you know? Something happened. He then acquired a taste for wine because of, imagine that. He acquires a taste of wine. And then his whole life started to turn, because then he's starting to hang around these like suburban like white women that go to paint nights. And it's like, oh, well, what do you think about this Chardonnay? You know, and he's like gradually, like as he went deeper down the wine trail, it just got gradually like he became bigger and bigger and bigger in the simp fucking community. You know? That's kind of funny to think about. You know, he just became a pussy because he decided that the taste of wine was better than cheap beer. It's like, yeah, you know, ever since I started drinking wine, I really like Vess and listening to Sarah McLachlan. But there is like when you see, like, I like it, like the old lady has a dog. She's got a bull mastiff. So we go to the fucking dog park every now and then. And the dog park, to me, first off, I'm gonna derail for a minute and we're gonna bring it back and we'll talk about this. The dog park, you want to know what the dog park is? It's literally just a bunch of middle-aged women that are fucking very deranged, yelling out dog names and talking about their dog's personality to other dog people. That's all it is. They could have children right there that actually have developed a personality that they can talk about, but they'll rather talk. That's our little starfish right there. I don't know why I said starfish. That's our little pudding chocolate cake. That's the name of your dog? Yep. Oh, and she's sassy. Yeah. She only likes, you know, days like this, it's perfect out for her. I definitely know how she is. I've spoken to her many times about this. It's a bunch of deranged people. And then once their dog gets like more than 10 feet away from them, they just start screaming their fucking name over and over and over and over again. Charlie, Charlie, no. Time for a little ad read. Ain't that fun? Isn't this fun? Everything purchased on the store till May 15th will be entered for this puppy behind me. That's right, the motorized scooter, fucking 49cc motor on the back, man. Every purchase on the store will be entered to win this bad boy. That's right. Every item purchased equals an entry. I don't know if I'm describing that good enough for you. If you understand it, if you don't, that sucks. Yeah, so you can pick up a hat, 2 stickers, and a hoodie. There you go. There's 4 entries in to win this bad boy. That's right. You want an extra episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast? Well, I'm so happy that you do, because you can go to patreon.com/DangerCat69, get an extra episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. You can also be a part of Titty Tuesday. That's right, Titty Tuesday. Every Tuesday we get a couple tatas up on the old Patreon. Our OnlyFans chicks, we've collaborated with them, and they're bearing the tatas. They're bearing the tatas. Every Tuesday you'll get a tata shot, or 10 or 8, whatever it is that week, and an extra episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. Anyways, back to the episode. Charlie. And it just like, by the time you get to the 10th name call, they're trying to get a little more aggressive with it, but the dog just knows that you're a loser and it won't listen to you. Like, Charlie. And the dog just looks at you like you're stupid. And the dog is right. It's just like, it's grown women that haven't really found anything outside of like their love for their pet, is what I've gathered here. And then they'll drag like their other friend down with them. Do you want to come to the dog park with me? I got to walk Charlie today. Okay. And then they walk around, and it's just like, there's no conversation being had. It's just them every 5 minutes yelling their dog's name. And then it gradually gets more aggressive. That's what I've noticed the dog park is. It's just fucking dumb people. But let's go back. What I was saying, hold on. Oops. Just got it. There we go. Oh, fuck, man. There. Now I can see. Now I know the timestamp. But there's like, you can tell the type of person that the guy is by the dog breed that they have. Like, I met this really cool old guy down there, and he was really rad. And he was just this miserable old prick. And I really enjoy talking to miserable old fuckers like that, because I don't know why, but my personality always gets along with them. Maybe because like I dick around and I make fun of the same shit they do, just in a happier mood. So me and him, he starts going off about, he's got this blind bloodhound that just kind of follows the scent of the other dog that he has. So the dog's always just going, it's an old fucking dog. And the guy's like, fucking, yeah, one of these retarded fucking bikers that's on this path, right? Because a lot of these mountain biker losers, it's just like, the Edmonton dog parks are just like a conglomerate of 2 types of losers. It's like the fucking old fat guys that want to get into mountain biking, but they're too big of a pussy to go to a mountain, so they could ride around in a coolie and hit like little fucking, 6-inch jumps down like a fucking hill, and a decline of like 4 degrees, that's about 15 feet long. Like, I was sick. So you got those people, and then dog people all in the same area. And this older dude, he's like, you could tell he's a cig smoker in the garage with a bag of beef jerky and a 6-pack of Busch Light. And he tells his wife to fuck off. I need some time by myself, right? That's just, I can tell that he's that kind of guy. Me and him are going to get along just fine. So he's telling me about this time this fucking retarded biker hit his blind dog. And I couldn't stop laughing at the thought, like just the way he said it. And he goes, I looked at the fucking guy. Are you fucking retarded? Like, then he then has me, but he's going off about this. And like, I was like, okay, yeah, I get it now. I can piece it all together. This guy's got this old fucking bloodhound. He's one of them guys, right? And then like, you look over on the other corner there, and it's like some small Bichon Shih Tzu, and it's a middle-aged man wearing a puffy vest and one of those, like, not a plaid shirt, but it's like checkered with like warm water pastel colors. So you like look and he's got gel in his hair, and there's like, yeah, he's still using Dippity Doo from fucking 1999. You know, like one of those types of dickweeds where he's like probably does something in a management role that nobody respects him in. You know, like he's the manager at like a Staples, and like it's just a bunch of punk kids and fucking deadbeats that don't want to get like an actual career. So they just like, they're like, man, yeah, fucking Staples gonna fucking work here forever, you know? And where this other old guy he's probably like a mechanic without doing the apprenticeship. He's just really good at being a mechanic. He's like some old fuck that just is miserable. Yeah, bring it around back, fuck. He'll tell you off. Well, that seems, you know, he'd be like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know the price of a wheel alignment, but he's like fucking, I don't know, $600 for a wheel alignment. Well, I can get it for like $400 up the street. Can you meet me there? And then take it up the fucking street. I don't give a shit. Fuck off. Oh, okay. Fucking $600. Yeah, sorry, man. Like that's the kind of guy that had the bloodhound, and then I described the other guy having like the Bichon Shih Tzu, and like you can tell the type of guy that really. You know, when they're all walking their dog, usually like dudes with pit bulls are like, I like pit bulls. I had one before, but it's always like wannabe drug dealers that just don't have the balls to sell drugs that have pit bulls. It always makes me laugh, you know? Like every guy that looks like he should be a drug dealer, but he's too big of a pussy. He wouldn't even like sell you oregano and say it's weed. Always have pit bulls. And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got a pit bull. And the dog is always like just a sweetheart, right? It's just like the kindest dog out there. It won't fucking even, it doesn't even bark. Like it won't even move when there's a cat in the backyard. And I don't know. I just think it's so funny that the breed of dog that you as a man have really reflects on you as that dude, as that guy. And when I seen that guy walking that small dog, the first thing I judged is like, you fucking pussy. And I thought that was so funny. The first thing that popped in my head, it's like, yeah, when your buddy gets a new dog and you're like, oh, what kind of dog? Well, you know, fucking the old lady just got a new dog, man. Fuck yeah. What kind of dog is it? Well, you know, it's a dog. Yeah, well, what breed is it? You know, one of those. It's just like a fucking dog, man. She named her fucking, you know, name. Yeah, she fucking, you know, okay. It's like, hey, buddy, what kind of dog is it? It's a miniature pinscher. Fucking pussy. What are you, gay? It's like, dude, it's not even my dog. Yeah, but you're going to have to walk it and look like that fucking loser hack described that he caught downtown and walking this pussy ass little dog. And then like that level of defeat and that level of shame. And like every time you're out in public with it, you got to think to yourself like, fucking Christ, why the fuck, you know, like something's wrong with this dog. Honey, we should probably put it down or put it up for adoption, you know, like. She's like, what are you talking about? It's perfectly healthy. I just took it to the vet. No, I think it's, I don't know. I think there's something wrong with this one. There's nothing wrong with it at all, honey. I just took it to the vet yesterday, and the doctor said the dog is perfectly fine. I don't know. Something seems off with it, you know? Something seems off. You're trying to like figure out a way to convince the wife to murder the dog so that way you don't have to feel guilty, you know? Oh, fuck. That's the level it can possibly get to, you know? When you do that type of shit to a guy, when you chisel away at his masculinity and it's like his public image to other men, like, yeah, I'm going to judge you when you're out there and you're doing like gay shit like that. The only thing that would make it gayer if he was like walking with like a fucking seltzer, you know, then I'd be like, oh, I'd have to roll down the window. Fucking pussy. I don't even care if he was like a black belt in fucking jiu-jitsu. You're still gay, you know? There's no like, yeah, you can beat me up. It doesn't change the fact that like, look at you. You look like a pussy. You look like it. You may not be it, but you are, you know? Maybe that's the wrong way. Maybe I'm looking at this as like the old guard and be like, yeah, don't do that. That's gay. We need more of that though. You know, we're too accepting. You know, there's some shit that just shouldn't be done. And I'm one of those guys that thinks like, hey, we shouldn't be out walking small dogs, gentlemen. Like, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Could you imagine like the first wolf on the planet like is up in heaven, and he's just seeing like the descendants of his bloodline for years and years, and like the things that we've done with it, and like how we've manipulated breeds to be a certain way, and we've bred certain dogs off of different bloodlines. And this wolf is just like looking down, and he's like, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, a cane corso. Look at that fucking thing. Yeah, wow. That's my cousin down there. Yeah, very distant cousin. Look at that thing. It would rip a fucking horse to shreds. That fucker right there, rip a horse to shreds. And then as he's going along, he's like, oh, shit, look at that St. Bernard. Yeah, that fucking, isn't that the one that they used to put like a whiskey barrel around its neck, like in the cartoons and shit? Am I right there? Was it the same? I believe so. I don't have a fact checker, but we're going to go with that. But yeah, look at that. Very noble dog up there. Yeah, he could fucking scare off a bear. Eh? Look at that guy. I like that. And they're going down. Oh, a pit bull. Look at this guy. The news just hates him. Look at him. He's tearing shit up. He bit a fucking child in the face. Ripped it off. That's my dog. I'm acting as the wolf right now. I'm the grandfather wolf right now, just so you know. And he's like, yeah, them fucking humans, you know, they came into my goddamn forest, thought that they could tear shit up. Now look at it. Yeah, for every 1,000 dogs you kill, we rip off at least two to three fucking children's faces with these pit bulls. I like that. I like these guys. And then they're like getting down and they're like, whoa, a Shih Tzu. The fuck is that? Who's that? Oh, that's got to be like a cat, you know, like a house cat, right? It's a dog. It's a canine. Oh, God. Who let this happen? Huh? Who let that happen? Who let that happen? Look at me. I'm a wolf. I am a fucking wolf. I am feared. People look at me. They see me in the wild, right? They know shit's about to get torn up. There's a possible chance there's going to be some death on the horizon, right? And I choose if you live or die. I make that decision. What the fuck kind of decisions is that thing making? A little Shih Tzu. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Bark at the mailman? The mailman's going to kick a 65-yard field goal with that fucking thing. That's not my cousin. He's out of the family. And then it just gradually gets worse. He like looks at a chihuahua. He's like, what is that? What the fuck is that? Did somebody give steroids to a goddamn mouse, a field mouse? Is that what happened there? Is that what happened when we mutate genes and shit? That's not my cousin. He's like, no. You're related to that. Like fuck I am. It's like if you had a child predator for a nephew or something. You know, you're looking at that chihuahua as a wolf the same way you as a man would look at somebody that's a child predator in your family. You're like, no, he's not a part of our family. You know, we don't want that thing here. Get him out. Kick him out. Get him out of here. What is he going to do? Bark at me? Well, is he going to gnaw at my ankles? I will step on him. I will release 3 grasshoppers and watch him get ripped to shreds. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I got some grasshopper friends that you know, they get down. They get to business. Okay? And that little fucking thing and the rest of them will be wiped out at my call, at my beckoning. Remember, I choose if you live or die. And right now, everything under a fucking Shih Tzu or even close to the same size, all of them, gone. Pack your bags. You're not in the family no more. You're done. It's over. We've had enough of you. I've built a reputation for myself, okay? I'm a feared animal in the wild. I'm a feared animal in the wild. And then when me and my boys gang up, oh, we get down to business. We will rip apart a moose. Have you seen a moose? You know how big are them? 3 of my boys. That's all it takes. 3 of them take down a full-grown moose. And then we have this thing. Look at this thing. Like its head is too small for its eyes. It's weird. It doesn't look right. It looks like somebody is squeezing its ass end and the rest of his body is being forced to the top portion of his body, i.e. the head, like you're rolling up a tube of toothpaste and the cap isn't open and it's got nowhere to go. So it's just like it's expanding at the head, and now the eyeballs are getting ready to just explode out of it. What the fuck is that? Who did that? Who did that? That is not my cousin. I don't want that fucker around me. That's what it seems like, you know, when it comes to the dog. Like if I was a wolf and I was looking down from heaven, and that's what I envision the wolf is saying about these fucking things. It'd be like being like a fucking... It's almost like being like a 6-time Stanley Cup champion, and then your kid just... I don't know. Your kid just turns into a ballerina. And I'm not saying like, hey, by kid, I mean boy. Your firstborn son just wants to be like a ballerina or fucking a tap dancer. It would hurt. It would hurt. And there's nothing wrong with it. It would just be like, I just played a vicious, brutal sport for a good portion of my life and won one of the hardest trophies to win, 4 times. Let's call it 4 times. It's believable. I put my body on the line. I've gotten concussions, injuries. I've torn my MCL, my ACL. And this little fruitcake wants to go and tap fucking metal that's on the bottom of his shoes across a wood floor. Am I getting that right? I fought some of the toughest men. I've been sticked in the face. I'm missing all my teeth. I have scars for days. I'm a man. I went through things. I went through adversity, the public scrutinizing every word that comes out of me or my style of play. I've been constantly berated by the news. I've been through it all that the game of hockey can possibly hand over to me, and then my firstborn son wants to be a fucking tap dancer. That's a kick in the balls. It is, But you as a man, you swallow that pride, and you still love that son. And I wonder if that's what that wolf upstairs is doing, That wolf is just looking down, and he's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, well, fuck. I'd love him gone. No way we can just get rid of them. I'm going to go talk to God and see if I can strike a deal with him to just get rid of them because I don't want our legacy tarnished. Are you guys all cool with that? And they're like, yeah, hey, you know what? You started this shit. You can make a few decisions. If you can pull some strings, you know what? We're kind of siding with you, We're siding with you. That's what I feel like that would be like the correlation there. What a stupid fucking premise. But it did. It made me laugh so hard just to see that guy's like whole mood drop. He was having a good day with his wife until he got caught walking some pussy dog out in public. And some dickhead like me is just sitting in there staring at him like I gave him judgment eyes. So, like you squint a little bit and like kind of like give like a slight head nod. Like it's like the disapproval of a father, without him saying it. Like you just look at him and be like, oh God. Fucking what a pussy. And he felt that. He felt that big time. And I don't know if that was it wasn't nice. He's out there probably trying to do the right thing, and he's just trying to be a nice guy, trying to get some pussy, but he's simping while doing so, pretending like, hey, this is A-okay, that I should be walking a dog that's the size of a ferret. Not cool. Not cool, buddy. Not cool. And I hope that, that judgment settled in. And when you went home that night, you sat there and you thought about what the fuck it is you were doing. What were you doing out there with that goddamn dog? You deserve to be judged, quite honestly. It's like when it's everybody's got like that guy in your friend group that overuses emojis and you kind of question his sexuality at times. I know this is me calling everybody gay today, and that's where we're at. That's where we're at in life. That's where we're at in just where my overall being today. I think like gay shit or saying that you're gay is funny today. I don't know why, but everybody's got like a dude in their friend group that overuses emojis or like weird phone functions that you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do that. That's weird. I don't like that. Where it's almost like they're trying to like hang on to like some sort of youth. I'm 30 years old. I shouldn't be using no more than 2 emojis in a sentence. Like no more than 2. Any over 2, like you could throw 3 with no text, right? To get the point across. And like when I say that, everybody, it seems like when you hat trick it up, like the crying laughing emoji, you understand like that's funny. Like that's like a Richter scale of funny. 3 tops. 2 is like, haha, that was funny. 3 is like I'm actually laughing. 1 is like like you don't even, 1 is just to get your mood across. Isn't that kind of funny? Like we have these weird systems that nobody talks about, but everybody understands. It's like 3 emojis right there. Boom. 3 laughing faces means like pretty much you actually laughed out loud at that. But there's always you're always suspect of the guy that overuses the emojis. It's almost like you're trying to really grasp upon like on the youth culture that's created throughout social media, or they start using the slang. Nothing more annoying than a guy over the age of 25 trying to use youthful slang terms. Like if I was up here being like, no cap fam, like I'm not gay, no cap. I don't know what that means. I think it means like no lies. I'm not gay, no cap, bro, fuck yeah, fam. Dripped out, hella fly. If I was doing that, I would hope it's got like somebody take a trash can lid and beat me over the fucking head with it. There's something wrong with that, you know? There's something wrong with it. Or even like, listen, white guys, we got to stop with the fucking like pretending we're hood and shit like that. It's getting old, especially in Canada. Like nobody, I get it. Like Winnipeg is obviously like a scary city, and then they call it Murder Peg. But like, if we really compare it to like other cities, and I'm not like fucking disrespecting it by any means, because if I end up there, I don't need to be murdered. But I mean, like, nobody really takes Canada serious enough to be, like on the gang fucking world. Like our politicians just came out and recommended that we should still wear a mask while having sex. That's where we're at as a country. Like we're invadable at this point. We are just like, we've been cucked to the point like that it's not even worth invading us. You know when you drive, like when you watch it's almost like when you watch a house deteriorate to the point where it's like not even worth fixing anymore. You know, that's us in the terms of invasion. Like everybody around us is watching Canada, or maybe even not even watching. You just drive by this house that's falling apart, and over time you just notice that it's getting shittier and shittier and shittier, and the for sale sign, like it just kind of, the owner just held on to a price way too long and he never got it. So now you're just left with this piece of shit house that's outdated and the wood's rotting. It's an abandoned house with like plywood for windows. It's a piece of shit. That's Canada in the terms of invasion right now, because at first you're like, oh yeah, they're being very progressive. They're really trying. And then they fuck up the vaccine rollout. And then you're like, oh boy, this can't be good. And then they really fuck up the vaccine rollout. And then while they're fucking up the vaccine rollout, they're putting out shit like, we still recommend that you wear a mask while having sex. And then us up here, we're so stupid and naive that we believe everything that we fucking read, because, that's the vast majority of Canadians. Is just a naive bunch of dumbasses that believe everything on the internet is real. And you'll sit and bitch and complain and never do anything about it, i.e. me. other than the fact that I took to the internet over the course of these years and just like, I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing something. But for the majority of Canadians, it's just easier to go in on a comment section and be like, listen here, fucking man, Bill Blair, fucking, he's just like a fucking twat. Fuck Trudeau, fuck Jason Kenney, man, fucking, all these people. Fucking Bill Morneau's a fucking crook. It's just the same shit in every comment section of mainstream media, news posts across social media. It's the same shit over and over and over again. And then you go to TikTok and there'll be like some self-reporting, because the one thing that I laugh about here compared to other parts of the world is like, there's this constant threat of like fucking, like okay, get your point across and then go back and we'll try from there. So this past weekend, there was a giant rodeo. It was National Rodeo Day, and they threw a massive fucking rodeo here in Alberta in the midst of like, the cases are the worst there in the fucking per capita all across North America, apparently in Alberta for some fucking odd reason. I don't know anybody that's dying. I don't even know anybody that really has COVID, but the cases are just the worst ever. I'm a COVID denier. I'm also an anti-masker, and we're going to get it. No, I'm not that at all. I just don't care. Like, what I'm getting at with this is there was a rodeo on the weekend, and then you have in comment sections being like, I'm embarrassed to be an Albertan. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about your opinion. Well, then, like, the same people that want us locked down even harder, did they get like an enjoyment out of it? It's like a sick enjoyment out of it, being like, I now have power in my voice, and I like this. Oh, fuck, I would leave, but I can't because we're in lockdown. It's like condescending statements like that. It's like, well, just leave. No one's stopping you. Nobody has a gun to your head being like, you need to fucking put the gun in your mouth. Yeah, you need to live here in Alberta, you pussy. You ain't going nowhere. Nobody gives a shit what you think, So what? Some people wanted to get together and have a rodeo. At this point, well, there's a pandemic going on. Yeah, and we've also fucked that up. So at this point, by looking at Texas and Florida, who have not took the foot off the gas, I'm kind of siding with them. I'm like, I'm with that. And if you don't like it, do what you're going to do. Leave. Fucking leave. Like, it's just driving me fucking nuts. People are just like, they've found power in their voice, it seems like, and they're this is fun for them because now people will take them serious because what they think and believe in is like really empowered and it's embraced, and like the police are behind it. You're getting arrested if you have too many people over for fucking, I don't know, pepperoni sticks and a goddamn bush light, for fuck's sake. So you can call the cops on your neighbor. So these weak individuals that never could stand up for themselves now have like this small, I wouldn't even say control. It's like this small bit of like, almost like purpose of like that they feel. I'm not saying like that they have purpose, but they found like a little bit of purpose and they feel like they're doing good by being just a fucking asshole and having control and being able to tell people that normally tell them what to do. They can use this as their advantage. So you're seeing like this weird mentality arise, and it's just annoying as shit. Like, no, I don't know. I'm where I'm at with this fucking virus at this point, and like, I don't care. I just want the things that I want back because I'm a selfish individual and I want to go out and do the things that I want to do. I don't want to go and not be able to go to a restaurant. I want to go to a fucking movie theater and watch a movie again. I want to get a bag of popcorn, sit in the movie theater and watch that shit. I want to go to a comedy club, but then you have these fucking low-life losers that never amount to shit anyways, that now they feel like their voice has been amplified by whether it be government regulation or whatever health services is being put out, they can use this to their advantage to scream at somebody in the Walmart for not wearing a mask. And then they're almost like they're right in a sense, but nobody really cares about them. So they feel like this, even though they're weak individuals. Like if it came to fisticuffs, they're getting their ass kicked. Most of them are getting their fucking tits beat off. That's a funny way to put that, tits beat off. Beat off my tits. Beat off my tits. Yeah, I don't know. I'm over it. And like every fucking day there's a new dipshit, a new loser that just feels like, oh, my jaw is fucking aching. I'm rambling today. I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a headache. To boot. Oh, give me 2 seconds here. Fucking hey. There it is. But yeah, I don't know. I just like, I'm so tired of it, and I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of like stupid people. I'm fucking, man, I'm not proud to be Albertan because somebody fucking had a rodeo on the weekend. Who gives a shit? Were you there? No. Are you still locked in your house away from fucking people? Yes. There you go. You're safe. You're okay. The boogeyman's not going to crawl under your door and fucking bash you over the head with a rolling pin until you can't breathe no more. Don't worry. You're going to be A-okay. Just sit in your little house and go to fucking Walmart every now and then and get some frozen TV dinners and watch the season of Friends again for the 5th time. You'll be fine. Hell, the government's giving you money. More than you normally make. So I can see why you want this shit prolonged for as long as it possibly can. Because you're finally making a decent living by being a deadbeat. And you feel like you're by you going to Reddit forums and voicing your opinion. Not even voicing, just typing your opinion under a fake fucking name because you're too big of a bitch to do it with your actual face and actual name behind it. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, dudes that use too many fucking emojis are pussies, aren't they? I don't know, man. Yeah, like, there's just things you don't do as a guy. That was my Corona rant. I'll go back to doing what I do. I normally do. Yeah, dudes that use too many emojis, I'm always like, especially right, like, when you get to know them. It's like, we'll use a stag group chat, you know? Like, the guy that overuses emojis in there, GIFs are all game. Like, that's a dude thing right there. Dudes use GIFs appropriately. I'm all for that. It's funny. Like, emojis and GIFs, if you're using emojis, you look at it. It's so funny that we're talking about, well, I'm talking about this. And I feel like most guys are, like, laughing about it. Because, like, GIFs get a point across. Like, you're able to express an emotion better. You know, it can nail it right down to a point. And you got an arsenal, probably about 25 of them that are locked, loaded, ready to go, and you use them religiously. But emojis are just different. It just seems childish. It seems like, you know, it's like, it's still too new for me. Because, like, you know, I feel like GIFs have been around for a while. They've been around for a moment. Like, I feel like we had, you used to send the smiley face with the bracket and the fucking like a semicolon, right? Is that what? I don't know. I don't know the proper terminology for all the English characters. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I didn't even know what their name. That's how dumb I am. But yeah, there's like something about when you use way too many emojis on one thing, it just like, I don't know, you judge that person as well. You're in the same boat as the guy that walks a small dog. Like, those two guys are like, really, they would probably be friends because they do the same simp shit. And it's just like, there's weird things like the way you use emojis, it's like, what are you doing here? Like, what? Just fucking either A, pick up the phone, call me what the fuck you're trying to tell me, because I'm not going to sit here and play detective. It's always like the fire emoji. Fire, 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 fire. It's so funny when old people try to use them and they like, you know, like there's like a whole language for emojis that I kind of understand, but I don't understand fully. I don't know them enough. I don't understand it enough to like really use them as a conversation, which is fucking completely ridiculous, and it drives me absolutely insane that people do that. I don't know. The world's changing, and I am not. You know, I am still the same moron from, 2008. I've become a slightly more grumpier. I now understand like why older people had a distaste for the youth, because I think it's just like natural progression as you get older. You just look at like younger kids and you're like, you guys are fucking retarded and I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me. Things change as you get older, like you're not going to be using emojis to like have a conversation, because that's just fucking weird for once. As a grown ass man, you shouldn't be like trying to, use cartoons to express what the fuck it is you want, just say what the fuck you want. I'll respond. And then that's how we'll have a conversation. And then we'll do that back and forth until we come up with a resolution or an idea or whatever we're trying to accomplish with the conversation. But I just think it's so funny to me as you get older, just like how much changes in like that progression of like a man, like a boy to dude. There's just weird things that start to happen. And I believe that, looking at the youth and thinking like, oh my God, like the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they do shit, you're supposed to be angry. I feel like it needs that pushback. And by not having that pushback and being like, you guys are fucking stupid, shut the fuck up. And right now, you're seeing a whole different new age because, back in the day, you just tell the kids to shut the fuck up. You could beat the shit out of them. But now they have this thing called the internet, right? You've heard of it. You use it. Where now these kids are like such... they're so intertwined with it that they'll use it to like make you seem like you're a racist or you're a rapist or some shit, and they'll use that against you. And it's fucking crazy because like now they've kind of like, they have a little bit of an artillery behind them because they're growing up with the internet. Me being a millennial, I got it like late, like we were part of the internet bubble and we're watching like this, we've progressed with it. But like, there's just new things and new subcultures and new shit that we don't understand. Me as a 30-year-old, I don't get it. I don't understand fucking TikTok or like TikTok trends, how they start, where they came from. I don't fucking care either. I see one, and if I think of like something that's funny or gay or dark, then I just like hop on the trend. I'm one of those losers, It's a tire fire to me. I use it to make myself look stupid and use it as a way to hopefully draw more listeners to the podcast, so that way we can have more dudes involved in this. Speaking of, thank you. Last month was a tough month. We lost. I didn't have. For a majority of the month, I didn't have my Instagram. I didn't have my Facebook, so I couldn't really promote the podcast as good as I possibly could. We still came in at 34,000 downloads in 1 month, and my mind was blown. So thank you very much for downloading this shit. It truly means a lot. Like, it's fucking crazy that this is like evolved from me just like trying to figure out, and I was like making mistakes live, like I tried doing the political thing. I'm just not that into politics. I don't understand foreign policy. I don't understand lawmaking. I don't understand a good portion of like how legislation works, and like there's all sorts of shit. I don't have a political science degree. I don't care enough. I care more about this shit. What guys go through, what happens in a relationship and like the dynamic of it. And like, I'm fascinated by like how men operate and like how we've changed, like we've become soft over the years, and we've, before, like if you came home and the wife didn't have the slippers at the door with a stogie hat, like her not torching a stogie, you could just beat the shit out of her. And it was like, oh yeah, fuck, you're not. And then that was like office talk, like you go into the office and you'd be like, yeah, you're not going to believe this. I came home last night, Sharon, that bitch. You want to know where my slippers were? Upstairs. And you want to know what wasn't stirred up with 3 ice cubes like I normally have? Right by the goddamn television set with my fucking evening news playing for when I get home? Wasn't there. So guess who got the old 1-2 Mayweather? Yeah, you guessed it. Yeah, like it's so funny like that. Obviously, like don't hit your fucking old lady. That's pretty given, but unless if you look over your shoulder and you're smart about it, you got to be very careful where you hit her. You don't want any bruising on anywhere she could really show it. You want to get it like in the thighs, close to her pussy or tits. That's where cover up a little. Oh fuck! Why did I say that? But yeah, now it's like like there's just weird shit that happens with like day-to-day couples. And I'm not talking like the psychopath ones that fight in a Walmart parking lot. Probably the guy has a barbed wire tattoo and he didn't graduate high school because he was in juvie. Like those couples, and like the chick always has like some like teddy bear or something tattooed on the top of her titty. Like a chess piece, like those really shitty ones from the 80s. Any girl that tattoos the top of her titty, just like alone, like the simple, like it's a rose or just something from back in the day, was an old war dog. Like it like that's a biker bitch right there. That's a true and blue biker bitch, baby. This shit's funny. But yeah, I don't know. Just the way guys got like navigate, like the whole emoji thing. Like you just don't. You judge your friends if you use too many emojis. You'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why? What is this? What the fuck is this? Don't you ever use too many emojis in a chat again. I don't need people thinking I'm gay too. Okay? I don't need, if I die tomorrow, right? If I die and the police need to figure out how the fuck I died, and they go through my phone and they see like me and you texting too much with emojis, my wife sees it, she's going to think that I was sucking your dick in the closet if I was a closet homosexual this whole time. I don't need that. I've spent a good portion of my life, all right? My life has been dedicated to being a man, okay? Being a man. There's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm just saying, I don't need my reputation tarnished because you sent me way too many emojis. That's all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing wrong with being gay. Not saying that there is something wrong with being gay. I'm just saying I don't want to be known for being gay. That's all. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not taking a shot at the gay community. I'm just saying that I don't need my reputation tarnished because you got a little hot on the emoji fucking gun. You're fucking shooting little faces with crying tears down it. You thought the thumbs up one was great. Then you threw an eggplant in there on accident, and then that's where shit went downhill. An eggplant and one of the chocolate donut. And then my wife of 20 years now suspects I've been fucking my best friend whenever I say I'm going to work on the Chevrolet. And that's not what I need in my life, okay? It's not what I need in my life. My phone is already suspect as it is with like, gay bait in it. You know what I mean? Like every dude has like, they do gay shit on there. Yeah, you've probably sent a picture of your nutsack to your buddies on Snapchat, and they've probably sent one back. And that's the last thing you need when you die is, the nutsack thing is, it's fine. Men will understand. Oh, yeah, did you hear that fucking so-and-so threw a pic of his hog at hack before he died? Did you hear about that? Oh, yeah. You'd shrug it off. You'd be like, oh, yeah. Huh. That's funny. Yeah. You hit him with the old hot dog bun. Put his dick between his balls, and it looks like a hot dog bun. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, he also sent him a fucking emoji of the like heart eyes. Oh, that's gay. That's gay. Why would you do that? That is gay. Jesus Christ. He's gay. He's gay. He's gay. This whole time you mean to tell me he's been gay? You know? And those are just some of the things that we go through as men and some of the problems that we have. That's just the way this goes. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, gentlemen. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just addressing the problems and we're talking about it together. And that's why I enjoy you, gentlemen. That's why I enjoy you fellas. And the ladies that come through, you're just like, you're trying to understand your man a little more. So you come here, you come to this podcast because we talk about the shit that happens inside friend circles of other dudes. And you're just trying to get a better understanding of your man because he doesn't like to express himself, and that's okay. As a man, you shouldn't. You should bottle that down until you go to the fucking grave like every good man has that has ever walked this planet, okay? And with that being said, I want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Uncle Hag Podcast. Just a reminder, you can become a Danger Dog Patreon and get an extra episode every week on the Patreon. Patreon.com/DangerCat69. And I would love for more questions, more fan questions. Leave a review on the iTunes, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.